Gemini full moon, I can't help but to notice how that, okay, so it's the 27th, and it's looking like it will be at 4 degrees, which is great, for me anyway, because it trines my 369, feeling fine. If you have a very early degree air sign, it's trine that, and that's wonderful, as well as the sun being in early degree fire. If you have that, that's wonderful. So I feel really great, but I can't help but to notice that on that day of the full moon, there is an exact square with uh, Uranus and Neptune, Uranus at Sagittarius and Neptune at Pisces, and that's deception with communications and stuff. And it's in retrograde shadow. Mercury is in its retrograde shadow when that happens, and then see that means like with the full moon here, it kind of closes up, but it opens up with a new cycle of this vibration of the Mercury square, and then Mercury does go retrograde um, at the in the middle of December, and it's going to hit Neptune again square in December, Christmas time exact. So it's a retrograde shadow of squaring Neptune, and then it goes back and squares Neptune again in December, which on Christmas, and that's a trippy, weird time. Like who's gonna like the communication will be foggy. The travel again is like a questionable thing about that. But anyway, deception maybe, I don't know. People with Neptune, Mercury, I imagine um, they live in kind of a fog with their minds. They have to make sure to get it right, probably more than other people, so they know damn well how that is. It's just to get the research done right. And anyway, yeah, um, that's interesting how that Mercury kind of takes over. That aspect kind of sticks out for that cycle of the full moon, closing up, and then now it's going to go waning, and there's a lot happening with how that um, right at the beginning of the month here when that all happens, it's like we're going to have Neptune go direct, and there's also right at the full moon we are kind of we're experiencing some of it now, but it's this right at the full moon it is this, let alone that there's a Mercury exact square to Neptune right on that day, very significant. There is also, Mars is still squaring Saturn pretty good. Yeah. And thought I saw something else, but that's pretty much it. It's a strange thing. The Saturn is doing is a going to be a it's going to be a factor also with the full moon because it's at 4 degrees. See, this is what the like the bummer is that the full moon is going to be, and so is Sagittarius Sun. We just experienced it. It's the mild, now it's tapering away. Sun square Saturn, but now it's the new full moon that's going to be ripening up, and it is going to be a mild square. It's 4 degrees away, but it's still there. Moon square Saturn. That's kind of emotionally restrictive. It's not always a bad thing. It just means that there's an opportunity to maybe see past the emotions. But yeah, I mean, it, and better communication because Gemini rules communications of all kinds, the messenger, and many different ways. You know, to communicate, and it's time for that. This full moon, it can, in a way, be speaking towards the fact that Uranus is going to be hitting Gemini pretty soon. I think Uranus hits Gemini pretty soon here. It's very significant that these planets, it would be Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, all switching signs. And you just have to look at your astrology. For me, it's just amazing. For the Libra generation, it's just so good. If we have survived this last 14 years and made it out with at least two sets of lungs, and we're walking vertically, there could be a chance that we could take part in just holding a vibrational frequency. It's very musical, very self-organizing, because it's love-oriented. And that, who knows about that, folks? That's like uncharted territory. Really, we have to get back to that. And who's going to do it? The Libra generation. It's very scientific. We can say that for sure. So thanks for listening to this. I hope that that clarified some things. I don't know. I'm feeling better with, well, whatever we went through with this Mars, when the sun passed and made Mars disappear for a while in Scorpio. Whew! I'll talk about just going through changes and having to digest change, and transformation. We're just going through it here. And so, hi, people. I hope you're doing okay with yours. Just moving forward here, progressing into forever change. Sounds good. If you're going to the bank,